What it does. What it does, everybody. How are you doing this Friday? Hey, Fred, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm excited to do this
Yeah,
topic. Interesting. You know what I mean?
you look in a good mood, guys. Welcome back, Owen. Owen. No, we're gonna pronounce it about Owen.
Did you
Hey,
don't pretend you forgot, bro. It's okay.
I know, because I was making a laugh because that's what MP and just what you said last time. Owen, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a long time.
Back, Owen.
For everybody that is out there watching the show, Owen is one of our 5Roundz podcast members. He was a bit quiet in a while because he's been busy with a few stuff and that. So he's back. You can see a lot of him. This is our man from Ireland. MP, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Owen, congratulations on your, completing your masters there.
Big up to
back
you.
On the team. We're proud
Big
of
up.
you. And let's get this Friday rolling.
Tally, how are you? How are you doing that side?
All good, man. All good. All good, man. We're chilling. Everything is all good, man. Before we start the show, I just wanted to ask the guys that are watching at the minute, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything that we bring out. We've got loads of content coming, for the next month, even into the next year. So, guys, do not forget to do that as well. And also make sure you share this to your friends so that they know we're live. You know what I mean? Because some people don't know we're live.
BBC.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Ovi, too nice, man. What we doing today?
God damn, man. We're doing something. We're doing something fun a little bit. We need just to break down the last decade that has gone through. What we're doing today, I thought about is like we need to talk about something. We need to talk about something that has gone happened in the past decade that has been in history, or it's changed the course of living today.
Mm-hmm.
And some things that shock people, and you're still going to remember it. Probably my kids or your kids, all of your kids are going to be learning it in school. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff I want to talk about today. And of course, for you people in the audience, if there's something that, the topic today we're talking about is the iconic moments or events or things that happened, iconic things that happened in the past decade.
All right. Wait a minute. The decade, so 2021 decade would be like what? We're talking about 2011 to 2021.
It's not exactly 2021. It's
The last
starting
decade.
from 2001
right.
to
No,
2021.
Fred,
That's
Fred,
the 21st century, isn't it?
Fred, how long's a decade? Sorry.
We're not talking about the decade. We're talking about 21st century.
well,
I think we need to do a maths lesson instead.
The decade is 10. I know that.
but
10.
the topic
10 years.
The topic says last decade, bro.
10 years. Sorry. I'm too quick to jump in.
Okay, Fred, get your fingers out, Fred. Let's do it.
I know, right?
Come on, let's go.
Right.
Fred, the show hasn't started, and you're already. God damn, I don't know where you're gonna be with the meeting. God damn.
You're holding up the road.
5 rounds.
Holding up the road.
And guys, before we start as well, make sure you post out to our shop and get our merch. People get our merch. At 5Roundz, of course, it was on the bio. And guys, there's a lot of stuff, baby stuff, masks, duffel bags. You're looking for crop tops. You're looking for everything. We got it all out there. And make sure you visit that. Drop something for Christmas. We're probably gonna release something to do with Christmas, maybe jumpers or something. We don't know. We're still talking into it. All right,
We're not sure yet.
We're not sure yet. Yeah, as we said, guys, iconic moments for the past decade. There's a lot of stuff that happened the past decade, and everybody's got a passionate thing that they always talk about to say, "Oh yeah, that was for me. Was number one." Mwah. You know what I mean? Welcome, Patrick. Welcome, Nana Pulamu. I think. Sorry, Owen, because you're just back in the game. We're gonna start with you. But before I start, guys, I just wanna define what we're talking about. When you say iconic, we're talking about an event that happened and is memorable, impressive, and it's it's gonna be there forever and ever. Somewhere, some place they're gonna talk about and say, oh, let's say in 2015 this happened, and it changed this, or this happened, and it was the first time something like this has happened. And a lot of people would have different ones, and we're going to talk about what I think, what you think, and a couple of lists that are out there. So without further ado, we're going to start with you, Owen, because you just back. We need to get the last. Is it last or rust?
What the hell is going on today?
I don't want to butcher this. I don't want to butcher this.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Yeah, we want to pop your cherry again because it's been so long.
Oh my God!
Guys, don't be thinking in a bad way. Don't be thinking in a bad way. Come on. So anyway, on.
How can you not think in a bad way? We're talking about iconic moments, and then you come out with something like that. What script are you reading off tonight?
Oh my!
This is why we needed you back, Owen. You just come up with that.
You needed to press that, did you, Atari? You needed to do that.
I had to. Sorry.
So, Owen.
Yes, sir.
Give it to us. Okay, well, to you personally, right now, in the past decade, right? What would you class as an iconic moment that you'd feel really? I want to talk about this. What would you class it in?
Well, first of all, it's good to be back, guys. I also missed all of yous.
Missed you too, cuz.
I've got a tear in my eye.
It's been a while. No tears, please.
We were like, where's our ginger?
So emotional right now.
We can do a different podcast about men's mental health and well-being and emotions. No problem. We can do that. That's absolutely fine. But now let's do iconic moments.
All right, he's back.
The iconic moments. Honestly, it's so hard to think about it because there's so many different things that I thought about, and so many different moments that goes down a completely different storyline, changes a different shape of history. And again, I was trying to figure out what you guys are going to be picking, what you bringing to the table to kind of bring a bit of diversity to what we're going to be talking about. So where I landed was something that's very, very, I suppose, on the forefront of every media outlet right now, and will probably be on the tips of our tongues for a long time to come. And it's the concept of climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, I want to speak about Greta Toonberg. So for anybody who is not aware of who Greta Toonberg is, she's a young
goddamn
from Sweden.
girl.
She is an absolute powerhouse of a woman doing incredible stuff. So shout out to Greta. Maybe someday we'll get her on the 5Roundz podcast. Who knows?
Yeah. Shout out.
That, and you see, that would be an iconic moment right there. But we can talk about that next year for the next decade. But Greta in 2018, in August 2018, she started a school strike for climate. She decided at the age of 15 she was going to stand up, and basically face up to what the politicians had been ignoring for decades now, and start a protest against climate. And over the last 3 years, she now has millions and millions of followers across the globe. She's making serious impacts at all different levels, I just think what she's done has really changed the entire storyline about climate change. It's really brought it to the forefront, especially for the normal person who may not have beforehand understood climate change or wanted to get engaged with it. So the beginning of that school strike for climate back in August 2018, that is my iconic moment.
God damn. Wow. That's powerful, bro. Speaking of being emotional, bro, you just made me feel some way.
I've been gone for so long, lads. I had to come back. I had to smack his hard.
Okay, go on. You go first.
It's an iconic moment, right? And I understand, and I know for some people that don't know about the story, we've seen it, and I know like a lot of people were like, "Oh, God damn it, this kid needs to be put Oh wait, no, they thought she's crazy. You know what I mean? That's the truth.
Yeah.
No, they thought she's crazy. No, you seen your man. I can try to remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Loads of people say that. Okay, come on, you put some manners on this child. You know what I mean? She went crazy when they had a summit and they were meeting, and she went ballistic, and they were all like, "Oh, come on, put a reach to this kid." You know what I mean? And that's true. An example I'll give you. What's your man's name from Top Gear?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson. Yes, he said a lot of bad things. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, this kid, this, and people kind of hated it. Like, my question that I want to ask you on that kind of moment is, if, for instance, it never got the support that she has right now.
Yeah.
You still classic as an iconic moment? If people are like, no, go away, we don't care about this stuff.
That's a good question.
I do, you know, it's I chose it as an iconic moment because I genuinely think what she done, it's the way, again, it's how the media, like media do with a lot of big events, it's how they shape the entire narrative. So, for example, we know her as an iconic figure, but her yellow rain jacket has become like a symbol of her also. So it's whatever way the media, it wasn't even a big thing. As far as I know, that it was just somebody going by. She was sitting outside the Swedish Parliament back in 2018. She had her yellow jacket on and she was sitting on the ground by herself with her little sign. And it was just some journalist came along, took a photo. And for some reason, the story just blew up. And before you know it, it just snowballed and it just became big. I do think sometimes of, if that never happened, where would we be today in terms of climate change?
Yeah.
Maybe we can always think, maybe somebody else may have taken the forefront. You know, we always, like, media always love these kind of hero and villain sort of narratives constantly. So maybe someone else would have taken that limelight. But I definitely think her, in terms of what she's done, has absolutely really made a significant impact in how we address climate change. And, you know, again, as Obi was saying about these Jeremy Clarksons, and, you know, Donald Trump is another big figure that was constantly shutting her down, saying, you know, let's not listen to this little child. But again, she never gave up and she continues to fight back and talk the truth. Basically, she just knocks down all the bullshit that all these politicians and powerful figures are speaking.
For a kid as well, that's very brave, you know what I mean? Not a lot of kids who actually want to stand up to adults, you know what I mean? And she was there with the little sign, and then no matter what the adults were saying, you know, she was there.
Even adults are afraid to stand up to adults, Freddie. That's why it's so impressive. That's why it's so impressive. She is a role model for so many people and an absolute inspiration.
It's really good that she's able to debate with like adults, you know.
Owen, I wanted to ask you this on the Greta issue as well. If you know, right, what influenced her to do that? What, you know, because she seems to have drive and determination and knowledge and all of that. What pushed her to do that? Why aren't people like her? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why did she?
Yeah, like outlets or something.
Feel she needed to do something about it, you know.
But what's really interesting about her, particularly, I'm not too sure whether you are aware, but it's really fascinating. Is Greta is actually, she's on the spectrum. She is autistic and she has what's called Asperger's syndrome, which means she has a lot of issues with you know, socializing or whatever. But what's really fascinating about her, and especially about anyone that's on the spectrum in terms of autism, although they lack in social skills, they make up for it in terms of their intellectual power and how they see things. So they think very logically and scientifically. So for someone like her, at the age of 15, she decided that she couldn't possibly understand in school, when she was learning about climate change, why these powerful people were doing absolutely nothing about it. So if you're being taught in school, which she was, about how dangerous it is and, you know, life might come to an end and blah, 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 her brain could not understand why something was not being done about it. So that's what pushed her. So she turned, and she says it a lot when she's making her speeches, she turned what society views as a weakness in terms of her autism or characteristics into a superpower. She channeled them and decided to protest. And that protest has literally made her one of the key figures of the climate movement. in present day, and especially a leader for young people. So for her specifically, that's why it's so unique to her, and why she's an absolute amazing role model for so many, you know.
Okay, that's very interesting.
You came in with thunder.
No.
It was a good thing you put him first.
Loud,
it was a
man.
good thing.
I knew well Owen ain't gonna come back here with blank bullets. I knew well he's feeling I knew this stuff. By the way, guys, welcome to 5Roundz. Names Repairs. Thank you very much. Big up to you, Names. Big up. And of course, guys, anyone else who's just joining us, guys, this is 5Roundz, as we always do, on a Saturday. On a Friday, we have a topic that we're talking about, and of course, as usual on Saturdays, we do our Instagram and MySpace. Today, we're talking about our iconic moments in the past decade. And of course, guys, down there in the comments, if you've got an iconic moment that you want us to talk about, drop it in the comments, and we're going to put it up there on the screen and talk about it. You know what I mean? We are going to analyze it. We've got Owen, his ears in the house, is back with fire. Vanessa. Hope you really black bullets. Hey, B. Don't be hitting on me.
Vanessa, where are you tonight, Vanessa? You're supposed to be here defending me. I only came back for Vanessa, and she just didn't show up.
Owen, a lot has happened. We'll talk about it back after, behind the camera. A lot has happened ever since you were gone, bruh.
MP, why are you scratching your head, bro?
Why you scratching your head?
Why are you scratching your head, bro? I see you.
I think he's.
I see you. See me.
I'm celebrating.
Okay, moving along.
Moving along.
The house is just
guys,
too hot.
Guys, we heard there Owen. His thing was Greta and the climate thing. I seen that and I was going crazy. I was like, oh, what's wrong with this little girl? What's she doing? The next person that I really want to hear is down on the bottom. Mr. Fetty Cat. What's up, Mr. Fetty Cat? Mr. Fetty Cat. What's up, one Tally? Hit us. What's yours?
Hit us up.
I was sitting here thinking, who the hell is he talking about?
You're down in the bottom and you're wearing a cap.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about your cap. We know reasons why you put it. Yeah.
Talk about the
right. Hold on.
moments.
Before you get to me,
by any means, give it to us.
Hold on. Vanessa says, Owen, I'm sorry. I will come on next time you're on. Patrick True City fan says, look, Greta, not greater. all right, Patrick, calm down.
Oh my god.
For me, it was the most iconic moment for me was when Colin Kaepernick chose to obviously not stand up for something but kneel for something. I think he was pretty much protesting against police brutality at the time. Because at that point in time, I think there was a shooting of somebody called Alton Sterling, and he was very, I guess he was moved by that, and he thought, what, we've been making noise all this time. I want to bring this attention to mainstream, where the cameras are, where the attention is, where everybody loves us. Because looking at it as an athlete, he's got so many people, diverse races, coming together for sport, and he felt, what, I'll use what I can to sort of protest, to say what I feel, and he didn't have to say much. He just did one thing. He knelt, and for me, it's not just the fact that he did that. That's not the only thing. Why I think it's iconic is because now this kneeling is a symbol, it's a symbol of protest now, against racial oppression or whatever it is, because if you look back in the day, you had what's his name, Martin Luther King, who had a dream. You had Malcolm X, who said we're going to do this by any means necessary. But this guy chose a different route. Said, listen, I'm going to take a knee. I'm going to take a knee. And when they asked me why I'm taking a knee, I'm taking a knee for the people that have been gunned down by the police due to police brutality, have been oppressed because of racism and whatnot. What people confuse is that they believe that this taking a knee business came from a BLM movement. It did not. Obviously, BLM being
Yeah, no, I
Black Lives
didn't know.
Matter, being Black Lives Matter, it chose that as a symbol because it is a symbol of protest, So the fact that that was used in a Black Lives Matter protest, in the George Floyd protests, which pretty much brought, a lot of light into oppression again, for me, I feel like that's what defines an iconic moment. Somebody chose to do something, and then somebody else went, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to take that and make another impact. So the impact was massive. Even though he faced a lot of backlash as an athlete, in his time, and he had to obviously leave his team as well. What he's achieved outside of his sport is just amazing. So yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Fire!
Hey, you guys are bringing in some fire, bro.
You guys. Can I just step up? Can I just step up? It's a bit hot in here.
Yeah, because this place is heating up. This place is
heating up. You leave with no choice.
I think they've actually made a documentary about him, isn't it? Recently, isn't it?
Is that a documentary? I think.
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime or something. Yeah, about him because they asked him to get back into the
NFL. Is it?
NFL, yeah, because of all that, and there's a documentary about him. I think it's on Amazon or something like that. Yeah.
I think if it's on Amazon, then not a lot of people can catch up on it because I don't know. It's not a lot of people, going over to Amazon Prime. A lot of people on Netflix. I think if they shoot it on Netflix, would make a huge difference on it. Hey, bro.
But no, that was a good one too. It's a good one, like especially for a person that followed it all up when it was happening. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people just kind of a lot of people just see the top part of the story. And some people don't even understand. And that's, as Ontali said, people mistake it thinking when taking the knee is not from BLM. Absolutely not. It's not from him.
That's the thing. That's the question I want to ask you, Ontali, before you go on there, Oviedo. So if BLM never happened, do you think taking a knee would have still been possible? Would that still have a significant meaning to it?
Yes, it would have, I believe, because you got to understand the significance of what happened. It wasn't even BLM that started that talk. Should we take a knee or should we not? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, all right, everybody, including Trump, said you can't be doing that during a national anthem. It's a disrespect to the national anthem. You're an American and all these things. You got to understand the scale of what happened when he did that one thing, protest for something, and what happened after that, where his teammates started taking a knee. Some refused to even come out of the lockers, the locker room, before the anthem finished, to show a symbol of protest. Beyonce backed him, he's raised a lot of money for charity. This was bound to happen. If BLM weren't going to recognize it, other people were going to recognize it. It wasn't a matter of, a group recognizing that this is what we're going to go with. Listen, at the end of the day, it's racial oppression.
Was there a little bit of
there was a relation to that.
Was there a little bit of some influence from the Black Lives Matter though, as in on that?
You could say that they put a stamp on it, yes, but it's not a matter of. It wasn't Black Lives Matter who said the Black Lives Matter movement who said, okay, let's take a knee. I think people were taking the knee before the Black Lives Matter movement made it even official that was the way they're going to protest. You know what I mean?
So basically, it went more noticeable the moment than it done it on the national anthem.
Can I just add something really quickly, because Vanessa made a really important point here in the comments. I don't know if you can bring it up there, but she says what was more iconic was the fact that everyone thought he would be cancelled only for Nike to take him on. So that's actually quite significant if you think about it, because there was a lot of hostility around that time. And again, like a lot of media events, they come up and they come onto the news, but they can very easily just go into yesterday's news very quickly. So I mean, if Nike hadn't taken him on, if the sport didn't come from some big corporation or whatever, then it could have easily just faded away, and then we would never have even had the likes of the Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
And again, just to clarify as well, just for anyone else watching, like Black Lives Matter didn't just come about in the last few years. The movement itself has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Just to clarify for people that, you know, there is a difference between what we're seeing in the last year or two and the movement that has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's dope.
Did they still have the Nike deal at that point? But I'm sure, I know they made him, obviously they elevated him a little bit more, but I think he had the Nike deal, but most of his endorsements got taken off him. So they tried to get Nike off him, but Nike was one of the most pivotal endorsements that went, you know what, we're still going to stick with you. It doesn't even matter if you're in a team or not. So, you know, what Vanessa's saying is actually quite significant.
And I'm pretty sure it worked best for them as well, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's a bit of comments that you guys want to read.
I'm just going to read. Yeah, I'm just going to read. Just going to read the comments. Give me 2 seconds. Wow, there's loads. Sorry,
there's loads, man.
Okay, so obviously, True City fan said, "What about BLM?" Yeah, what about BLM, bro? Says, what about Gaga and her meat outfit? If you think that was iconic to you, okay. And then he goes,
that was just disgusting. I'm sorry.
And then he goes, sorry, go on. No, yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, if True City fan thought that was so important, he should have joined on the podcast.
Yeah,
just saying.
Good points.
My question is, why don't you sleep in that outfit, True City fan? Huh?
You know what I mean? It's inviting.
He says,
unreal.
It says that was deep one, Tally. Does anyone have any fun ones? I'm sure the other guys do have fun ones. Calm down. Nems Repair says, bro, Black Lives Matter events is when the world was moving into the third dynasty of our full conscious, is it?
Yeah.
Our full conscious was awake as humans, and that would go on a permanent and crucial beginning.
Jesus, that is deep from Nems Repairs.
That is deep, man. That is deep.
True City fan, I'm skipping your comment, you troll. Ovi's not. It's not Amazon. It's not Amazon. It's Amazon, apparently.
Hey, Vanessa has an agenda, bro. He has an agenda against you, bro.
Vanessa, what's the deal? What's up?
So
what's up?
We need to do two podcasts. We need to do one on how to count numbers, and then we need to do one on the English language. So one for Freddie.
Is that you, yeah? Is that you, yeah? Okay.
Guys, even Owen knows about my errors. God damn, guys.
You're catching up. But
your errors are unique, Ovi. I still love you for it. Don't worry.
So
don't mind Vanessa.
So Vanessa also replied to what Fred was saying. Said, look, yes, it would have. It was due to the racial crimes going on in America, and there was an increase at that point as well. It was just getting out of order. So more football stuff, bloody hell.
Football guys.
What is going on here? Let me just check if there's anything else. So Patrick says Black Panther for me holds the most iconic moment. Even one was screaming Wakanda forever. Africa finally got its spotlight. R.I.P. Chadwick.
Big up, that's true, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The impact of Black Panther, I mean, I'm telling you what, even people who are not Black or African were looking at us differently. They're like, you know what I mean? I didn't know Africans were this
attractive. Give us
some
Wakanda forever.
I want me some of that.
I started to believe Wakanda was the real place, bro.
I thought that place existed, bro.
Like
it does exist in our heart. It exists
in our hearts.
I think it also brought a little bit of unity against us Black people as a race as well. You know what I mean? You see when people go into cinemas all dressed in the whole Black Panther attire.
Are you telling me you're going like that when you're entering the cinema? Yeah.
Wakanda forever. You know what I mean?
Greetings, my brother.
Dude has got pictures on Facebook like that. I mean, like about 16 then. I seen it. This guy was in deep.
I entered a nightclub like this. Wakanda forever.
I'm gonna do this. I believe you. I believe you. Owen is Owen is the top person who do something crazy like that. He's probably. I swear to God, this is the type of Irish guys that get twisted sometimes. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna try this for the laugh. Wakanda forever. You're coming in.
Anyway, what you saying, Ovi, man? Owen's got more Wakanda in him than you do, bro. You
I spent more time living in Africa than Ovi did.
Guys, don't mind this guy. This guy's be capping. This guy's
African, but he's Southern American. What's up with that,
Hey, for you guys that are watching, I just want to tell you guys, these guys just probably agreed that they should roast me. They're trying to make a roast out of me.
Nah. We'll take it over, man.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, guys. I think we should move on.
All right.
Hi guys. We've heard one time. We've heard Owen.
We've heard Fred.
No, we haven't yet. Don't even try.
I think Fred, take it.
Yeah, but this is saying short fires. You fired shots. Those are grenades. Not even shots. Those are grenades, bro. Those were grenades.
Lighten the mood, Fred. Let's lighten the mood, please.
Fredo! Fredo, are you ready to burn? Are you ready to burn this rubber?
After you guys have said all this emotional, and I feel like my mind is just somewhere there. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is coming from a personal issue. This is why I feel like seeing it now and then seeing it in a couple of years is still going to be a big thing for me. It was TikTok that I brought it, and I'm speaking on a social media sense. I mean, for a person who has been using these platforms for videos and stuff, it has made it so easy for everyone to use. I mean, back in the day when you're trying to do YouTube and stuff, you have to buy like a camera, all the stuff. You spend so much money just to get these things, you know what I mean? So you'll be broke for that. So what TikTok has done, you know what I mean, it's just made everything for the touch of your fingers on your phone. Any phone, you can be able to do content as well. And the fact that most platforms, you have to have a niche to blow up a niche. If you're just going to put a niche, basically have a plan over videos with the same type of idea. If you go on YouTube just to put random things there, you never get as many views as you think you are, because you always have to have a niche. But TikTok, you can do anything basically. You can as simply as duet a video that's already done, and that's one of the things you can do as well. You can't have a copyright there for just having somebody else's videos and you're just watching it on your issue. That's something you can't do on YouTube as well. And it's very easy for you to blow up. If you have a plan or even a business, if you wanted to blow up that quick, go on TikTok, make sure you have even something funny or stupid and catchy, easy for you to blow up as well. You know what I mean? So for me, I think brain. Yes, and I don't know. That's actually true. It doesn't require brain.
I'll debate on that.
It just wants you to be smart.
I debate on that.
Yeah, because that means everyone could do it then.
That's why it is actually according. This is why the creators are smart for doing something like this. Instead of only looking for creators who actually can create content, they want to get in as much people as they can.
Wait. What you're saying is, if I go on TikTok and create a video right now, I'm gonna blow up. Is that what you're saying?
I would debate on. I would absolutely debate
what it is.
I would debate on that.
Because have you seen the silliest of videos there that you actually, if it was on YouTube, nobody that wouldn't blow up anywhere. But if you take it onto TikTok, you see the silliest music that you find there blow up, and you make a content that's actually people be like, wow, that's actually nice. I would never blow up.
I would debate on that.
Wait.
Yeah, I want the debates. Come on.
Wait a minute. Owen has something.
Go ahead.
Hit us up.
Maybe I shouldn't. I was gonna go for shots fired. Fred said that the silliest music will blow up, and I was gonna say, well, then Wantali's music would work well on TikTok.
Press those buttons.
Okay, Eon. All right.
Okay. So mine was as easy as that. Hopefully it was fun for what's his name, Patrick. Hopefully, it was fun for you, even though it's not as much. But for me, I feel like it's a platform that in a few coming years, and you, even at the age of 10, kids at the age of 10 are creating content and blowing up that easy. You know what I mean? Which also is dangerous as well, for kids as well, because it's addictive as well. It has its disadvantages as well as its advantages, depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's for whoever created it is bruh, that's genius.
I still disagree with the part that you don't need a brain. I think for you to do anything.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about you being totally dumb not to know how to use the freaking phone. You know what I mean?
I've seen look into the comment. Look into the comments and bring up Calvin's comment on this exact point. Let's get it up.
Which one is? So this one.
There you go.
Did Fred just say it doesn't require a brain? Just need to be smart. Okay, Birdman.
Not in those contexts.
Okay, Birdman.
Agenda merchant.
Oh my days.
If you just, I'll suggest you guys just go on TikTok and just start looking at them.
No, Freddie, I'm gonna debate that. I'm gonna debate that because I use TikTok. I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do comedy skits. Mm-hmm. What you're saying there is bullcrap.
Come back again to what you are, because I can't get past that part.
Okay. Obi's trying to use 5Roundz to sell himself.
Okay.
Do we agree on this?
I'm a comedian, content creator of comedy and comedy skits. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can use the things that you're saying, like on TikTok, that someone will just create it and use it in a different way, in a different sense of humor. Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But it takes a person's brain as well to think that, okay, I can use this same content.
Yeah.
You have to know where your brain is, Obi. That's good.
I'm glad you pointed at the right part, because
pointing in your heart.
Yeah, because Fred is like he's thinking from here. You know, it takes the same. Like, I've used certain content that some people use in a certain way, and I've used the same content in a different way, and I add something else different, and it's still funny. Yeah. It was a thought because I used my brain to think. So don't just say that you can get on TikTok. But
you're only speaking on a personal view. Have you watched what other people do? As simple as just going there, just watching. Basically, you put a video there. I'm just there watching and laughing to it. That's content to me. I'm getting views for that, for your content, for you creating those content. So there's no copyright. So you can make all the nice ones. I can just be watching and having you in the background. I'm having content. That's how effortless it is, and stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're not gonna. But you're not gonna get. You're not gonna get the same
class. You know what? Good laugh on a Friday.
Listen,
I'm sorry for the guys that are watching. If you're here expecting a show about, I don't know, whatever serious matters you want to talk about, guys, I'm sorry. You probably come to the wrong place. We're here.
Press those like buttons, please.
Yo, if you like the content, though, hit the like button.
Please press those like buttons. Please share this content.
Oh, you guys.
Go on, Ovidio. You're about to ask another question.
Hey, in this position, I don't want to ask you any other question because your stuff,
you don't want to point to your heart, eh?
Yeah, the stuff you're talking is bullcrap.
It's not. It is true. You're only speaking on a personal level, because you have to also scroll on what others are doing. I've seen people with almost 1 million who's just sitting there, just basically just posting other people, just watching and laughing.
Yeah, but they're watching at the duet. They're watching at the person. That
that's what I'm talking about.
You know, Fred. I'll agree on you. I'll agree with you on one end. Like, looking at it, right? We can all agree. Snapchat was created in 2011, right? Snapchat had the same views, like the way you can view something on TikTok, but then they didn't develop the model where you could, be shooting it up for like marketing purposes and stuff, right? Where TikTok came in, yeah, double quote that. Where TikTok came in, TikTok took that model and made it their own, and they're making money off that. And for one to pay for ads on TikTok, you have to blow up your bank, And as you're saying, it's making money for a lot of people. A lot of people are getting recognition out of it, and it doesn't require a brain, but there is some ends of a brain required. But I've also seen that there are other models, TikTok models, that really are using this without even, creating it with a brain. They just,
just there as long as they wear
different angles,
as long as they're there with the bikini. As long as they're there with the bikini,
abs,
just standing there,
abs or whatever and stuff. They're making money out of that, and they can.
No, I saw it this one time.
Fred, you've been going to the wrong website. Listen.
I was scrolling. This one time.
Wait, Obi, wait. Fred is explaining himself.
Yeah, go ahead. Explain yourself.
I saw it this one time. No, I was scrolling. I was like, what is the parents thinking? You know what I mean? So I was disgusted. I was like, no, next picture.
Oh,
basically what happened.
Wait. This guy said, wait a minute. This guy was scrolling. He said, what are her parents doing? And then he went in there.
Nah, I'm capping. I'm capping.
Listen. The site that you went to is not TikTok. You know what I mean?
Hey, relax. On to MP now. Let's go to MP.
I think Obi, I think you're onto something there. That's how long you can last for.
You know what I mean?
It's a TikTok video.
This guy wasn't on TikTok. I think he wasn't on TikTok. He thought it was on TikTok. I think he got an ad on TikTok, and then he clicked on it. He got an ad on TikTok.
No, I don't do.
God damn it. Anyway, guys, anybody who's joining us on the show, welcome to 5Roundz, guys. This is the team. This is the team. These are the guys. These are the team that we out here doing our best to make sure we give what you guys are looking for. And for you guys that will be following us all the time, welcome back. Or when he's be here now, you see him on a regular basis. He was busy.
Still waiting on my t-shirt, guys.
No, your t-shirt is coming through now. Your t-shirt.
We're gonna have a special 5Roundz episode as soon as I get my t-shirt.
Yeah, no, because you are not you were busy, so we understand. But we're happy now that you're back. We're happy that you're back. And guys, share, subscribe, and like. Of course, give it to someone else. And of course, if you've got something you want us to talk about, a topic you want us to talk about, DM us on @5Roundz on Instagram, @5Roundz on Facebook, @5Roundz on Twitter. You know what I mean? Make sure you DM us on what you want us to talk about. Guys, as we're talking about iconic moments in the past decade, I'm going to drop it to you. And B, you're the only one who's remaining to give us a shout about it. What's up? What it do?
You too, bro.
Man.
Make it fun.
I'm the last one.
I think let me just keep mine short, because then I want to listen to Ovita's as well. I think my iconic moment is, I think I would take it back to 2014, the passing of Robin Williams. For those that don't know Robin Williams, like he was America's funniest comedian. Like, we've all seen him growing up. I would say we can keep the story short on his end. He grew up in a well-to-do family, and the most important part that really I think that would have affected him growing up was growing up in a family doing well, but then he was left at home just with the maid, and his family was so busy, his parents were so busy and stuff. But then we'll take it back to the present part where Robin Williams, he made it big. He's won Grammy Awards. He was nominated for
Peter Pan.
Yeah, he was nominated for many awards and all that stuff, right? Where I'm going with this is, we've actually talked about this topic. We had a show with Steve Farmer Michael. We had a topic about it. That moment. Yeah, that moment of having a conversation with Steve, we were talking about the reality of mental health, And with Robin Williams, we're looking at it. The passing of him kind of shocked everyone, because everyone said this is a happy guy. He's always been happy. He's never shown any sign of being mentally challenged with whatever he's doing. But the history behind his roles, his acting career, and all that, you could look back to what was this movie? It's Patch Adams. Patch Adams, right? He plays a role of a clown, right? And this is a book by what's his name again? I think it's Patch Adams as well, the guy. So he plays a role of a clown, and he's depressed, and then he goes on to admit himself in the hospital just to get some help from the doctor. But then in that situation, he found himself helping other people in the hospital, and he was helping the patients, playing as a clown as well. Clown. Hey, woo!
Live and direct. Only on 5Roundz.
Crown. No. She was playing a crown. And then did you hear that? Sole, did I blink?
Sole, did I blink? All right.
Can you collect me so I can table?
Yeah.
Reeling it back in, guys. Breathe. We're in the middle of a very serious moment.
Yeah. So
MP, the main question is: Robin Williams died by suicide.
Yes.
Why was this such an iconic moment for you? Why do you think that changed the shape? Why is it for you?
Yeah.
Why?
Like looking at him, he played good roles, and when you're looking at him, he made people laugh. And the worst case is he was putting on a mask. He ran away from all that trouble, and he was acting, right, to hide all that pain inside him, and people didn't know that. It's the cases that we all have this reality that we face every day, because I wake up in the morning, I go out and meet people distract me in so many ways, and then I come back and I'm in my room, I'm in my home space and everything. I start thinking back to certain things that I don't voice out to different people around me. So looking at that moment, it brought the discussion of mental health, because as far as we can go back in time, mental health has always been considered as something that, people that do drugs and, all these other stuff, taking substance. When people are faced with mental health, people resort to, taking substance, different substance, just to fade away from that pain. And when they fade away from that pain is where they just stay in silence and they avoid everyone. Looking at it now, mental health has been something really important in the time of coronavirus, where everyone else was left in their homes and they were left to face the reality of time, to say, what if you're left in a confined solitude, and you had to think to yourself and battle with your own thoughts instead of being distracted by the world. The discussion of mental health has not been a major thing until now, that we're all well able to understand, because then we can switch on the TV. We're in our homes now, because we're not fast paced in reality. Because when we date back to 2019, everyone else was so busy that we couldn't sit back and just talk on the podcast. To me, that's really iconic, because then I've had a chance to talk to the guys about my mental health issues, being the reality of it. I've had my problems as well. So I was looking at Robin Williams' part. He wore a mask, and I was wearing a mask as well, to say I distracted myself with so many things, and I look so happy in everyone's face. And then when I brought it up on the podcast, that when we're talking with Steve-O, and all the guys were shocked, they wouldn't show it on camera. But then when we went off camera, the guys reached out and said, "Dude, you're facing all these challenges on your own, and you never even reached out to say, talk to me, or talk about this and stuff." So everyone else is going through so many battles, but then we're in a different lane. But then to get into the same lane as the point of discussion we see on TV. We see the icons of Robin Williams face all that, and then he commits suicide, and then you go sitting down and say, he's a famous person, he's got everything in his life, but then why did he take his life? So to me, that's an iconic moment, and it's the mental health issue that is considered to say mental health might be considered in men, women, and whatsoever, but then we don't bring it up together in one basket and say it's all a common, issue. You know what I mean? So that's my part. And sorry to bring out the sad part of it.
Just to add in on what you said over there, I mean, as in for a person like Robbie Williams, he portrayed himself as this happy person that seemed to have no problems. You know what I mean? And he was the happiest. Every time I watch his stuff, he was always happy. Nobody would actually think, oh, he's got problems at home. So with him, with all that everything was crumbling inside of him, he took the time to make us laugh, to make his viewers laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for you to be burning inside, but still have the time to make somebody laugh. That is actually very iconic. And it's so hard. You know what I mean? For even a simple problem, I can't even deal with it. Or you know, I start bad mood everywhere. But he, despite everything that was going on, that even caused them into committing suicide, he had still took the time to actually make people laugh, to make his surroundings, the people around him laugh and be happy. You know what I mean? So that's powerful.
Yeah. So the loss of Robin Williams kind of brought a lot of attention, you know, through tabloids and all that stuff. And we're here, and everyone else was facing it there. And then that's where, you know, the discussion started from way in the 70s, but then, you know, still today, like, we're still talking about it, and we don't know what's happening. So the most important thing is now everyone is aware of it. It's just a way to break it down for other people to understand it, and other people to share it to their family, to their friends, to whoever's close to them, and break it down and make sure that, you know, you can talk to me when you need to, you know? Yeah.
I just want to quickly add a point in on this stuff, because again, sorry to the viewers how we've suddenly gone into dark topics again, but it's a really important one, MP. Honestly, fair play for bringing it up as an iconic moment. I think it's really important. Again, mental health is such an important thing, mental well-being. There's a lot of stuff around that. Again, like, we're in a podcast here. Again, that's a whole other session. As you said, you have discussed this with Steve before. But again, just for anyone that's watching, if you are experiencing, you know, difficult thoughts or feelings or whatever, you know, there is supports out there. I know when these sort of things are being discussed, it may trigger somebody. So again, I don't know after this podcast if we can put up some links to maybe some mental health services, maybe in the UK and Ireland. I'm not too sure about if people are tuning in from different countries, just so the supports are there. And then just one other thing as well, just even for the guys here in the group, this is just an educational point. And the language about how we speak about suicide is really important as well. So the phrasing "commit suicide" is no longer an appropriate word. So if you're talking about someone who has died by suicide, that is the appropriate word to use, because, and the reason being is that the word commit suicide is actually very much rooted in the past, and it's very much linked to the idea that to commit suicide was you know, a criminal act. So by say to commit something, it means you've committed, you know, an act that was illegal. So to say someone died by suicide is a different phrasing. Although it may not seem, you know, so important, it makes a huge difference when we're talking about mental health and we're talking about suicide. So I just wanted to add that in as well.
Lovely.
You learned something there.
That's very
good. Lovely. I wanted to rein it in. I know everyone's having this whole thing that they've got, they're chiming in on this thing, right? I'm not gonna go too far, guys. All right. It starts even right here. You know, you don't have to, I don't know, see a therapist or whatever it is. It starts right here. You've got 5 different people, 5 different backgrounds, sharing different kinds of knowledge, you know, and being able to interact with everyone. And we've got you guys in the comments as well. We got a message today from one of the people that you know has been watching us for a while and said, look, you guys keep me going, you know, don't even stop ever, you know, because this is important for we, you know, what we're doing here, you know, interacting with you interacting with us is important. The reason we do this is that we can have a discussion. It's almost an unofficial therapy session, you know what I mean? So guys, I mean, if you think we're here you know, just to talk nonsense or whatever it is, or have a laugh and whatnot, we're here to actually interact with you guys, man. So absolutely, guys, that's why we always say, guys, subscribe, man. Hit the notification button so you know when we're on. We want to know when you're on as well. It keeps us going. So yeah, man. Next,
and we also want to stress that want to stress you guys to give us what you want to talk about, especially coming to what we've just talked about now. If you're feeling some type of way that you feel it needs to be addressed, please, I wouldn't stress it more. Write it in the comments so we can bring it up and make it aware for people to actually know that this actually does exist. I'll pass it to Ovi there.
Big up. I guess that was a very, very touching topic, and it's brilliant. I'm happy you picked that MP, and it's cool that we actually talked about that mental health and Steve. And it was really great. We had someone, Steve, who's been through this kind of life as well, and he was there saying about what he went through and how he overcame it. And as Owen has said as well, look, we're gonna pop in links for people when you're looking for, if you feel down and you need to talk to somebody, he hit those links up, give him a call. I know how those works, and what you said, I know I agree with that, because I did a course about self-talk. I don't know if you know about that, Owen. Self-talk, I did a course about that, just talk about people who are going through phases of maybe committing suicide, doing suicide, killing himself, and things like that. But anyway, I don't want to go back deep into this. There could be a whole big episode on the podcast about that, because it is something very big that is happening. People never realized it back in the days. People thought it's just something you can brush under the
rug.
But it does happen, and people are going through lives like that. That you see them today, and they're smiling out there, but when they go back home, they're going through a lot of things in the brain. You know what I mean?
Ovi, do you want to lift the mood slightly? You can read.
I know, man.
I'm about to.
I have two comments, and they're both from Kelvin, right? So you're going to start with his most recent one, and then you're going to go back up a small bit to where he was commenting on Fred on TikTok. It will be a nice deserved laugh to end the session.
Yeah,
sure.
I said, these guys they ain't got no heaters in the house. They ain't got.
You know what? It's getting cold out here.
Kelvin says,
Kelvin, we don't live in Africa. This is Ireland and the UK. It's freezing.
It is freezing cold, man. Kelvin, come on now. You know what I mean? You can see our faces. That's the important thing. You can hear our voice.
There we go.
He also said Fred was on TikTok. And
how does he even know about TikTok?
Okay.
Is that even a thing called TikTok?
I said you on that. That's what you're looking at, bro. God damn, bro.
I know it's capping.
Hit us up with your most iconic moment.
Guys, I know, because we're running out of time. Man's guys go as well. My iconic moment, guys. It's I'm gonna cut it out really short. My iconic moment it's the moment when, let's say, it's three different ones, but it'll be in one story. Okay, kind of. The moment when Donald Trump was president on the 20th of May 2016. Donald Trump elected president. I think that was very iconic, and iconic in a way that I couldn't believe that shit. I really couldn't believe that he was president. That's how iconic it was to me. I swear to God, I couldn't believe Donald Trump was the American president. Right? That's how iconic it was. All right?
Okay, I want you to explain it to us, because there's a lot of questions that are gonna be shot at you, bro.
100%.
So many reasons why he would have been president, bro.
Shoot as you want to shoot. He's a rich guy. He's got money. People know him.
So now you know the reasons.
But he's just too stupid to be a president.
No, Donald Trump is not stupid, bro.
No, listen. Let me mention my iconic moment.
We don't agree with that.
I don't know. Fred and Ovi, how do you know Donald Trump is stupid or not stupid?
I'm going to tell you. Guys, I want to say, this is how stupid he is. Okay.
Right. Oh wow.
20th of May, he's president. What happened on the 21st? The biggest women march in the whole world happened. Am I right?
So that's where you're going at.
No, I'm going. That's another iconic.
Stupid though.
No, listen. That's another iconic moment. The biggest march of women in the world happened on the 21st. Why?
So which one are you going to? The women or Donald Trump?
Listen, I'm going through I say there are a list of stories.
So this is building up to something.
Yeah, no, it's not building up to something. I just want to say, because those are iconic moments. Him becoming president, I was like, I couldn't believe that. That was iconic. Guys, that is iconic. Donald Trump the president. All right? And then...
It's not iconic, bro.
Not listen, listen, guys.
Okay, so
you chose yours. You chose yours. Is it my choice?
If it was an icon, why is it an iconic moment again? Because it's Donald Trump.
Because Donald Trump became president. To me, hey, guys, it's not you, it's me. To me, it's iconic because I couldn't believe. Okay,
why was it? You know what? He's on to something. You know what I mean?
You're on to something.
When I thought about it, I was gonna say Donald Trump, but yeah, you're on to something. Let's see if you get there. Go on,
guys. My thing is because I never expected a person like Donald Trump is going to become president, especially after a black president came out of that seat, which is Barack Obama. Unfortunately, and I thought Hillary was going to win.
Right. Okay.
All right. 100%.
Okay. We're still trying to get to the iconic part here.
Yeah. We're listening.
You guys know, to me, my iconic part is just the fact.
Ovi, let's rephrase the question. What is it that Donald Trump's presidency has done that has made it an iconic moment, for better or for worse?
Yeah.
What is it that stands out over his presidency that made it an iconic moment? Let's say he never became president.
For worse.
What was the impact? What has he done?
For worse, I swear to God, because this was a guy this was like a Jack out of the street. Jack out of the street became the first, the 45th president of America for a person that ain't got no clue what the hell he's doing. This guy was there for I don't know, for fun or something, because he'll wake up tomorrow and say, all right, yeah, we're doing this, all right? And you have no reason about it. He was a bully. He didn't know what presidency is.
Okay.
Personally, to me.
Okay, Ovi, listen. Business people who think otherwise, actually.
Yeah.
People who have businesses in America will tell you that Trump's a genius, you know, because of what he did as president as well for people who have businesses in Malawi. I mean, in America, you know.
Yeah, you needed one, bro. You needed one.
Trump is the president of Malawi. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I am clipping those parts, my bro.
Good for you. You can crip whatever you want to crip.
Cripping.
Because I heard that cripping part. I heard you. So yeah, basically, I'm gonna go back to the point that you and Fred were saying, oh, he's stupid, and one said he's not stupid. It depends on where you see it. You know what I mean? Was he controversial? 100%. You know, but the stupid and not stupid, I don't know. There's a line there. Do you personally know the guy? You know, for you to say that he's stupid, I don't know. Because sometimes you think a president, you know, says things that are coming from his mind. You know, that guy is just the face. He's pretty much the face, the guy who probably presses a button for things to happen. You know, doesn't mean he's stupid. No. You know, Obama was the same. You know, he represented a lot of people. That's what he did, a representative. I thought you were going to go to because when I was asking you why.
No, there's a lot of stuff that happened. The first president to try to be impeached. Like all those things are just that's an iconic thing
when he got impeached. But for me, what I feel like Trump becoming president was iconic. I'll tell you why. Because Trump, forget about him being rich. He did not grow up to be a politician. He woke up and said, you know what? I want to be president. So what that showed was in America, anybody can be president. Okay, forget about the money part. Yeah. Anybody can be president. You could be some guy who doesn't have background of going to a great school, whatever it is, or knowing some good people, and you just become president. You know what I mean? So for me, that's why it was iconic. It made it possible for people to think, you know what, I'm going to be president. You know what I mean? And you've seen the names that are coming out now. You've seen the people that are coming out and thinking, you know what, I can be president. For me, that was what made it iconic.
Yeah, he's going to be president.
I think Ovi's points is that I very much agree with him that it was an iconic moment. He just hasn't been able to defend his points very well, but he was touching on some the difference is that to put it into perspective, when you're viewing Donald Trump's presidency, like any presidency, it comes back to what your values you hold closely to you. So how what you want to see in a president. So that's what I think Ovi's trying to get at. So he mentioned the likes of bullying, the way the arrogance of Trump, his
the 21st.
Breathe, Ovi, breathe. I'm trying to help you out here. Breathe. Breathe. I'm trying to get you through to the end here. I'm trying to help you. I think that's what he was getting at. And again, with the way Wantali said it in terms of Trump, it was iconic because, yes, he did show that he undermined the whole political system in America, which was iconic. Now, one bit I would disagree with Wantali is that it didn't show that anyone could be president. That's what Barack Obama did. What Trump did, it showed that anybody with money could become president. And that's the scary bit. That's why we have the likes of Kanye West
to be president.
Exactly. So on that note, I think we'll wrap up that iconic moment before we spiral off again. But thank you, Ovi.
Thank you, Ovi. This was fun,
guys.
Whoa! But technically, Obama is not just anyone. He took the route of becoming a senator and
Wantali, we didn't choose, so nobody chose Obama as our iconic moment, so we're not going down that route. I respect Obama. He is an iconic moment.
Yeah, but because it was 2008, we're talking about the last decade. It's 2008.
But Ovi chose Trump instead of Obama to talk about. So
I chose Trump because on the 21st, after his president, on the 21st, women marched over his talking bullshit about women. That was hateful.
I know, like Ovi, I think,
because. And another guys, because it's my gig today. Another one I really wanted to touch about, guys, was the Me Too movement. Before I close up,
before you did.
You can't. Ovi, you can't. After I concluded, and I wrapped up nicely your Trump speech. You can't just come along at the end and go, by the way, I want to drop in the hashtag Me Too movement.
I know, right? You went from Trump to Me Too movement.
I already.
I have to talk on my passion.
We're not talking about Barack Obama. I shut Wantali out so we could wrap up, and then you thought, I'm going to go for the Me Too. If it was your passion, you should have said it instead of Trump.
No. After Trump was going into the women marching after he was president.
Okay.
Come on.
I think we have come to the point where we need to conclude this. Obviously.
Me too. Just to conclude, Me Too. That whole movement could be a whole other podcast session. So we can definitely talk about that afterwards, Ovi. So yes, Wantali wrap up, or Ovi, whoever's doing it. Let's go.
Okay, guys. Want to thank you all for coming on today. You guys, I'm not going to thank you anyway because it's part of your job. All of you.
Your unpaid job.
Welcome back, Owen. Okay. Before we hit it up, and thank you for all you guys who've been joining us on the comments, on the views, and of course giving us the love hearts and the likes on all platforms. We appreciate your time, guys. For you guys coming on, that's why we keep on doing this. And of course, the biggest thing is like, subscribe, and share on your pages, on your socials. And of course, join us again as we do an IG session tomorrow, which is from 8 to 9, which is funky, duckily, and after that at 10, we do my space. And I don't know until whatever time it stops. My space on Twitter.
What decade are you living in?
Not MySpace, bro.
What are you talking about?
MySpace is a different platform.
Look at what's written in the bottom right now. Twitter Spaces at 5Roundz at 9.
MySpace is a different platform, bro.
Ovi's living in a different dimension tonight.
Ovi, you need a glass of water, yeah?
We said choose an iconic moment from a different decade. We didn't say go back to that decade.
Yeah.
Guys. Like Ovi said, it's 8 till 9 on IG at 5Roundz podcast on Instagram, and then it's 9 till 10 on Twitter Spaces. It's at 5_rounds with a Z. So follow us on there, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
What's the name of the podcast? 5Roundz.
Iconic moments.